Here's another important video from the Personal Defense Network.
Well, this makes a lot of sense to me. I've always said that dry fire practice can do a lot of things to hurt real-world practice and the lessons that we learn under recoil and with rounds going off and actually having to worry about full extension and all the things that we need to do when we're worried about where the bullets go. But using a methodology like Claude has developed gives us a safe and rehearsed way to make sure we're getting the most out of the opportunity to practice whenever we can. We know that all of our training resources are limited, and that could be ammunition, other budget issues, access to a range, and as you've talked about, there could be situations where it's inappropriate for you even to go out in public with a firearm or have access to a firearm because of where you live or the situation under which you live politically. And I know that when I spend some time in Europe, there's a lot of opportunities for people to train in sport shooting, but there are some countries where you can't train in defensive pistol, but people who own pistols certainly are still interested in it. This dry fire methodology gives everyone the opportunity to get good practice, as good as possible. So we finished our session, and I know you have some procedures to sort of end it in a just as precise a way and controlled a way as we've done everything else.
Correct. What we want to do when we end our session is, first of all, we want to take our target off of the wall. We should only have one specific target that we dry fire on, and never dry fire on anything but that. And when we finish our session, we take the dry fire target down. That way it reduces our tendency to want to do another dry fire that's not dry.
Absolutely.
After we get finished with that, we're going to leave the pistol unloaded and go and do something else to allow us to break our train of thought and get out of the dry fire mindset, if you will. After we've done something else, had a cup of coffee, listened to a little music or something like that, then we can reload our pistol, put it in our safe area or holster wherever we happen to keep it, and that way our mind will be off of it and we'll be back into our normal world, making sure that we don't have a problem with a negligent discharge.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you that we always talk about learning opportunities and the importance of acknowledging them and almost celebrating them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, too often people want to rationalize their failures or hide them, and in this series we always try to point out, you know, as I'm sure you did when you were running through your drills, and as I clearly had, what those opportunities are to learn. And I will tell you that you know, going on a little over 15 years ago, I had a pretty dramatic learning opportunity when I did have a negligent discharge in a dry fire area in that kind of a setting where I was actually testing out you know, a new holster kind of thing, and just through my own negligence and inattentiveness went for that one more rep and didn't separate. So I want to say that that is a valuable part of this process and something that would have saved me. Now, luckily, no one got hurt and just a little property damage in the basement, but certainly could have been much more tragic. But having a procedure like this that allows us to separate the practice time from the time that we're armed and prepared to defend ourselves would have prevented that negligent discharge. And of course, that's something that you want to be very careful of whenever you're operating with firearms, is that you're taking every step, every precaution possible to be safe for you and everyone in your environment. Well, why don't we go ahead and pull the target down and go get that cup of coffee?
Sounds like a winner to me.
Okay, excellent. Claude, thanks a lot. A lot of great information. Appreciate you sharing it with me, our training partners here at Memorial Shooting Center, and of course everybody watching the DVD at home.
It's been really great being here. I've enjoyed doing this. I want everybody to realize that dry fire is an adjunct to your training, not the be-all and end-all of it. Do it safely and have good shooting.
That's it. Nothing more to say. Appreciate you being here.
My pleasure.
Check out more videos just like this one at the Personal Defense Network.